All right, we're starting off with a 3-pound bag of our shredded hash browns in our crock pot. Perfect. Next, I'm coming in with my 2 pounds of cooked ground beef. This is gonna be such an easy and delicious dinner. Okay, let's go ahead and get all of that beef in there. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Next, I'm coming in with 2 cans of our cheddar cheese soup. And we're just gonna put both of those cans right on top of our ground beef. Don't worry, we will give this a good mix. Get all of that cheese out. Yum-y. Next, I have here some taco seasoning mix. I'm using the 25% less sodium because there's enough sodium in that cheese soup, but we are using this whole packet of taco seasoning, and I'm putting it directly in my crock pot instead of just seasoning my meat because I want the entire dish to be seasoned with this, not just the meat. Now I'm gonna come in with my minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you like, but I just hate cutting up garlic, and we are gonna add 2 tablespoons of garlic right into our crock pot. It doesn't need to be exact, just add as much as you like. Now, before we give this a mix, I am gonna add some Mexican shredded cheese. I'm only gonna add about half of the bag for now, and then we're gonna save the rest for on top. Perfect. And you can use whatever cheese you like. So if you don't like the Mexican, you can use a Colby Jack, a cheddar, whatever you like. And now we are gonna mix everything together so that it all gets evenly distributed. Oh my goodness, this is gonna taste amazing. All these flavors just go so nicely together, and it just makes, you know, such an easy dinner in your crock pot. You can just set it and forget it. You can also use this same exact recipe for a 13 by 9 and put it in the oven, whatever works for you. I personally love doing this in the crock pot, but let's go ahead and get this fully mixed together. That taco seasoning, the ground beef, the cheddar cheese, the Mexican cheese, and that garlic. We don't want a big bite of just garlic for any of our guests. Goodness, that looks perfectly mixed. Let's just kind of flatten it out just a little bit so we can do a nice cheese crust on top. Oh, it smells really good too, that taco seasoning and that garlic. Okay, just come right back in with our Mexican cheese and put it right on top. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be cheesy, meaty, and delicious. Serve it with a salad for the perfect dinner. Okay, that is it, you guys. So easy, just a few ingredients. Kind of affordable. We're gonna pop this on high and let it cook. All right, you guys, it's been 2 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off and let's check it out. Oh my goodness. It smells incredible. You can definitely smell that garlic. Okay, before we start to dig in, I'm just gonna top this off with some green onion. This is optional. Just I feel like it complements all the flavors just beautifully. Perfect. And now it is time to serve this up. I wish I had some sour cream to eat with this, but unfortunately we're all out, but that's not gonna stop me. Oh my goodness. It's perfectly cooked. Now these are gonna be soft potatoes, not crunchy. So keep that in mind when you make this recipe. Oh my goodness, look at all of that flavor. Ooh, Flavor Town, right? That is really good, you guys. You gotta try it.
Finishing up, separating my biscuits right in half. Then grab yourself your favorite cheese. I'm gonna go with a sharp cheddar, and I am going to make every piece just go in half. I'm gonna place half of it right on the bottom, nice and quickly here, of my biscuit. Oh, this easy breakfast is going to be a hit. Not to mention, you guys, these go great in the freezer. Okay, so here I got some Jimmy Dean sausage patties. I'm gonna rip those right out of there. I'm gonna take these sausage patties and I'm gonna place it right on top of the cheese. Have you guys ever had anything like this? I wanna hear all about it. I'm gonna tell you what, this is definitely the ultimate breakfast sandwich right here. Let's see if I can get that guy out. There we go. and one more. Perfect. Okay, you know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna come back in with that cheese, if I can get some here, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna do another half cheese right on top of that sausage, just like that. So we got these layered up with cheese right here, and we're gonna fold over the dough. Now, you can just take that biscuit and you can fold it all the way over, kind of stretch it out, give it a little bit more space, and you'll be able to definitely fully cover the entire sausage patty. So just work with the dough, and you can just make it bigger. It goes right over top, and it works out great every time, you guys. Anyone can definitely whip this delicious breakfast right up with only a few ingredients. Anyone can do this. Okay, so let's lock in that last guy right there. Okay, he looks great. I'm gonna bring my fork in just to kind of move it around the outside. It'll just pinch those edges together and keep that cheese from oozing out. But if some of that cheese oozes out, who cares, right? It is going to be super, super tasty, and it's not like you have to serve it on this. So sometimes the cheese gets out, not that big of a deal. It is all good. So go ahead and seal those all up. We are on a roll right here, and I am excited to eat these. Those look great. Now grab yourself an egg. We are gonna crack it right here, and we're gonna add just a little bit of water to that, just a pinch, you guys, to make a super easy egg wash. I know some people use milk. I don't really tell a difference. I don't know. Can you tell a difference between using milk and water? I think that they're just about the same. So sometimes water is just easy on hand, and that's what I choose. Then grab your little brush and just brush that right over the top. Now the egg wash is just gonna make this look really nice. It's gonna make it look silky smooth on the outside, golden brown, crispy. That's exactly what we want to deliver a nice, beautiful, tasty breakfast sandwich. Oh, we're whipping this together in no time. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna choose to add some sesame seeds right on top, but you know what? You don't have to do this. So if you're sensitive to sesame seeds or you don't want them on top, that's fine. You can do without. If there's anything else that you would put on top of these, please tell me about it in the comments, you guys. I wanna know what you're adding, what you're taking away, what you love, what you don't love, and yeah, all about it. So now I'm gonna pop them in the oven at 350. They're gonna cook for about 13 minutes, and stick around because you are gonna love this easy breakfast. Wow. Can we just take a moment for this marvelous masterpiece? Look at the golden brown crust that egg wash did. You guys, I'm pretty stoked. Hardly any cheese even got out. Look at how great those look. Wow, those are cooked perfectly. We got some golden brown on the bottom, on the top. Okay, so we're gonna give these a shot. David is super hungry, and I am so grateful that he helped me out all day today. So why don't you come over here, babe? I'm gonna let you scarf one of these down. All right, so David's gonna scarf down one of my marvelous breakfast sandwich masterpieces.
Looks like McDonald's.
Which one would you like? You get to pick anyone that you would like.
I'm gonna take this one right here.
Okay, so go ahead. You can feed it to yourself. I want you to bite right in and then go ahead and show everybody the middle of that sandwich. We have that delicious sausage patty just sandwiched in there with some super good cheese, you guys. So many options available for this. If you haven't tried it, this is your sign. It is a must try. And like I said, these are awesome frozen in the freezer. They are great to set and put aside. Let me know what you think of this recipe, you guys. I will see you later. Enjoy.
All right, now that we have our raw shrimp in our muffin tin, I'm gonna bring in my salted butter, and I have these little pads of butter that we're gonna place right on top of our shrimp. I tried to squeeze at least 2 of those shrimps into each of our muffin holes, and this is gonna be such an easy, such a delicious seafood appetizer. It's great for the holidays, it's great year round, it's refreshing, and it is tasty. So let's go ahead and make sure we get 1 little tap of butter in each hole. On top of our butter, we're gonna add some minced garlic. Now you can use fresh garlic, but I just feel like minced garlic has so much more flavor, and we're just gonna add, a few little drops of that minced garlic onto each pieces of butter. You guys know I love my garlic and shrimp are such a great combination. It kind of goes together like peanut butter and jelly, if you ask me. So let's go ahead and get some garlic on here so that everyone can get their flavor on. Perfect.
Now we have some Parmesan cheese, and we are gonna sprinkle a good amount of Parmesan cheese onto each one of these shrimps. You could use a different cheese if you have a preference, but Parmesan goes great with that garlic, and it really does complement the shrimp. I know shrimp and cheese are a little odd, but with that garlic and that butter, the flavors are just unbeatable. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that Parmesan on there. It's gonna be so tasty. It's perfect for a party. Let's go. All right, last one. Beautiful. And I love the easiness of the muffin tin. Now for a little bit of color, we're gonna add our parsley. And we're gonna sprinkle our parsley right on top. I think parsley goes great with seafood, and shrimp is no different. I made this last year for Christmas and everyone went wild. My husband made it last week and I was just craving it again. It is so yummy. The best way to cook shrimp. I mean, how could it get any better? And you can use fresh shrimp. I just use the frozen because I'm in Vegas. We don't have a sea near us, so we gotta eat the frozen stuff. Last but certainly not least, lemon. All right, we're gonna add 1 slice of lemon onto each of our shrimp holes. This lemon is just gonna cook up and reduce in our oven, and that juice is just gonna dribble down to the butter, to the garlic, to the shrimp, and then we have the unbeatable appetizer that I am just raving about. Ooh. Doesn't that look incredible?
Oh, I'm excited.
All right, my oven is set to 350 and this is gonna be in there for 20 minutes because they're frozen. All right, you guys, look at our delicious shrimp appetizer. Oh, they smell incredible. So we're gonna go ahead and flip this over. So we have our pan here. I'm gonna do our best to make it quick. Woo! All right, make sure all those get out. And then this is the hard part. Oh my God, they look so good.
Oh, wow, they smell delicious.
Now, last thing we need to serve this up is some cocktail sauce. Oh, what is shrimp without cocktail sauce? All right, we got a little butter splash. Oh, that delicious butter. That should be plenty. All right, it is time to give this a try. And the great thing is that your party guests can just grab a little lemon, just like that. You can even put some, you know, toothpicks on the side, but I like to do it this way. We did use the deveined, no tail, no shell shrimps, so that's important. All right, those were my cooked jumbo shells that I flipped and put in my muffin tin. Now I'm gonna bring in my Rao's Alfredo, and we are just gonna pour a little bit of that Alfredo into each of our little jumbo shells. This is such an easy and delicious Italian dinner. I love making this when I need a quick, delicious dinner. It's just a few ingredients, so easy and tasty. All right, once we get our Alfredo in there, we'll be able to add our next ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna use about 3/4 of this jar. This is really yummy. You can make your own Alfredo though if you want. Now I'm gonna come in with some bacon bits. Oh my goodness, these are so delicious. We're just gonna kind of shake just like that, just a little bit in here. This is gonna be so good, you guys. I absolutely love Alfredo, bacon, and what's coming next is just gonna pull all these flavors together. Just quickly get a nice little like teaspoon of bacon bits in there. You can use fresh bacon if that's what you prefer, but these are just as easy. Yummy. All right, now I have my rotisserie chicken that I kind of
cut up into different pieces, and this is just seasoned with a little bit of salt and pepper. And we are gonna put, you know, a few strips of that chicken right into our Alfredo sauce. Look how it just sinks right in there. So yummy, so delicious. You can add as little or as much as you like. I'm just using the white meat, but if you like the dark meat, you can also use the dark meat. Ooh. But we're gonna quickly get these filled up with chicken. All right, they all have chicken in there, and the flavors we're going for are chicken, bacon, ranch. So we are gonna just do a nice little sprinkle of our ranch seasoning. You can season this however you like. Keep it with the Alfredo flavors and just do some onion powder and some garlic powder. You can just keep it simple with salt and pepper, but personally, I love chicken bacon ranch, and I especially love it with some Alfredo to keep it Italian. Oh my goodness, look how delicious these are coming together. Just a nice little light sprinkle. If you don't like ranch seasoning, like I said, switch it out for something you do like. Oh, so good, you guys. Now we know this is missing an important ingredient, some cheese. So I'm just using some Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna just sprinkle that right on top. Do a nice little generous amount of Parmesan, because this is really what's gonna hold everything together into that noodle that we did. This is such an easy, quick trick I like to do. I've seen people do this with lasagna, with meatballs, but I am a chicken bacon ranch Alfredo girl, so that's what we're going for with this recipe. Just a nice little sprinkle of Parmesan, because cheese makes everything better. Sometimes it's butter, but most of the time it's cheese. Woo. Okay, last one. Delicious. All right, so now to add a little bit of color, make it look more appetizing, we're gonna do some chopped parsley on top. This is just really gonna make them look beautiful when we take them out of the oven. Okay, so good, so easy. I love, you know, just buying a rotisserie chicken for this, so I don't even have to cook the chicken. You really just have to cook the noodles. And then these are gonna go in the oven for, you know, super quick. So you can pre-cook the noodles if you like, and then your dinner will be almost complete for when you come home after work and wanna throw together a quick dinner. Perfect. Ooh, looks so good, you guys. All right, my oven is set to 350, and this is gonna be in there for like 25 minutes, so quick. All right, you guys, these look absolutely incredible. So yummy, so delicious. It is time to give them a try. I'm just gonna grab my spoon, and we should just be able to spoon these out. I did use a silicone muffin tin, so you don't have to grease it. Oh, look at that. Looks so good, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another one. Oh, you can use these as an appetizer, as a dinner, whatever you want. They're so delicious. You can customize them to your liking. Oh, perfect. I think 3 is gonna be just enough for me. All right, it's time to give these a try, and you just pick up your little noodle and give it a bite. So tasty, you guys. Literally the perfect dinner appetizer. All right, we're starting off with 1 cup of peanut butter in our large bowl. Now I'm bringing my whipped cream cheese, and we're gonna add about 10 ounces of our whipped cream cheese right into our bowl. I like using the whipped cream cheese because it's already softened for you, so half the job is already done. We're making a super delicious no-bake dessert that everyone will love. If you love peanut butter and chocolate, this is for you. So this is a 12-ounce container, so we gotta leave about 2 ounces in there so that we can get this recipe correct. Perfect. Now I'm coming in with some powdered sugar, and we're gonna add 3/4 a cup of powdered sugar. Now you guys can measure. I measure with my heart. I like a lot of sugar, so I might add about a cup. That looks absolutely perfect. And we need a little bit of liquid in here, so we're gonna add some heavy whipping cream. We're gonna add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. That's just gonna make our mixing easier. So it's half of this bottle, a little bit more. Perfect. Ooh. That peanut butter smells amazing, and so does that powdered sugar. Last thing we're gonna add to our mixture is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be so yummy, so easy, and just everyone will enjoy it. Kids, adults, you can make it for Thanksgiving, you can make it for Halloween, whatever. You can make it for a Sunday dinner. Okay, now we're gonna start mixing this all together. We might need to bring back our spatula to get all that peanut butter out of our whisk. Oh yeah, see, so easy. Okay, and now it's time to combine that together until it's nice and creamy. Oh my gosh, our creamy peanut butter mixture is ready. We gotta make sure to get all of that out of our spatula, whisk. Woo! Okay, let's give that a little try before we move on. That is so good. Okay. I think some of you guys probably already know where this is going, but we are gonna bring in our chocolate Keebler crust. I normally like the Oreo crust for this recipe, but they stopped making them, which is such a bummer. But chocolate crust will do well, or you can get the gluten-free nut chocolate crust if you're gluten-free. But we are gonna add this peanut butter mixture right into our pre-made chocolate crust. Okay, we got all that in our pie crust, and we're gonna just gently flatten it. Make sure you don't break your crust, or else someone will get a sad broken piece of pie. We just want it to be nice and smooth like butter, or peanut butter, even better. But this is coming together so quickly. It's been like 2 minutes and we have a delicious no-bake dessert thrown together that everyone will just chow down on. It's delicious, it smells good, and we are gonna make it look extra pretty. We don't want just a plain old basic pie. No one likes that. Okay, that looks great. All right, we're gonna start off with some Reese's Minis unwrapped, and we're just gonna kind of toss them on to our peanut butter chocolate pie. It's just a perfect complement for this dessert. Okay, that looks perfect. We'll put that one right there. And then I found these Reese's peanut butter chips, and we're just gonna throw a few of those, because what is a peanut butter pie without extra peanut butter? Oh my goodness. Obviously, all the decorations are optional, but I think they just make the dessert look so much more appetizing. And then last but not least, I have my melted milk chocolate and my melted peanut butter, and we are just gonna drizzle these onto our pie. Oh my goodness, and look at that. This masterpiece is ready for the fridge. We're gonna let it set for 1 to 2 hours, and then it's gonna be ready to indulge. All right, you guys, it's been 1 hour in the fridge, and it is time to try this no-bake peanut butter pie. I have my pie cutter, and we're just gonna cut one slice. Oh, that chocolate. I did use wafers instead of, maybe use a chocolate syrup or something so it doesn't crush your pie. Woo, it's still a perfect slice. Look at that. All right, so just switch out the melted milk chocolate for just some chocolate syrup, and you'll have a better reveal than mine, but I'm sure this is gonna taste absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Scrape out all of that goodness. 1 can of cream of chicken. We're gonna do 1 can of mixed vegetables right in there. This is gonna be a super easy dinner. You just throw it all in your pie crust, mix it together, and you have dinner for the whole family. Chicken pot pie. You can make your own chicken, but I just like how easy these grilled strips are. They're already pre-cooked. All right,
Give it another mix. We're almost done here. It's that easy. It's literally just a few ingredients and your pre-made pie crust. You can make everything from homemade. You can make the gravy homemade. You can make the pie crust homemade, but I just like the convenience of all the pre-made stuff. All right, let's season this up a little bit. I have some pepper here. Gotta have your seasonings or this won't be good. Perfect. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of salt. Just a pinch. Okay, and do one more mix. Now we have to do our pie top crust. And for that, I am just using some crescents from Pillsbury's. Go ahead and pop it open. Ooh. These are the best for a pie crust top. If you're doing a savory pie, you're gonna wanna use these. Just lay them right on top. It's that easy. Okay, quickly lay them just like this. Buttery crust. So I have some melted butter here, and I'm just gonna brush this on the crescents. That easy. It's gonna be so good and buttery, and that top is just gonna be nice and crispy. Oh, you guys are gonna wanna make this every week because it's so easy and so yummy. All right, now before we pop this in the oven, I'm actually gonna cover it with foil so that the bottom crust will cook, but the top won't burn. Cover it just like that, super easy. And then I have my oven set to 350, and we're gonna cook it with 20 minutes with the foil and 20 minutes without the foil. Look at that. It looks perfect. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut myself a slice. Ooh, that buttery crescents. Oh, yeah. Okay. Really get through that pie crust. You ready? Let's do this. Oh, wow. That looks so good. This is my best one yet. The crescent is cooked perfectly. All that delicious pot pie fillings. Okay, I need a bite of this. That's a winner.
All right, that was 5 pounds of tomatoes in my crock pot. I'm coming in with some onions, and I'm gonna use about half of these onions. I don't wanna fill this up. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use all these onions. I really like onions. And that was 1 onion that we sliced. Oh, it smells so good. I'm gonna come in with 1 bulb of garlic that is ready to go. Now I have here some basil, and we're just gonna go ahead and cut this basil right into our crock pot with our onions and with our tomatoes. This is gonna be such an easy and delicious, crock pot meal for the upcoming colder seasons. I love making this when I'm feeding a big crowd. It is such a crowd pleaser. I think I need more basil than that, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Make sure you don't get any stems in there because that will not go over well. Okay, that looks like enough basil. Now I'm coming in with some red bell peppers. This is 2 red bell peppers that I quartered, and we're putting them right in our crock pot with our tomatoes, our onions, and everything good. This is gonna be so good, you guys. It's all my favorite things in the crock pot, just like this. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. All right, now we're gonna season this. I have some Italian seasoning, and we're just gonna sprinkle that right on top of the entire crock pot. Now this is a lot of servings, so you gotta make sure to season it properly. We're of course gonna add some salt. You need some salt with all of those tomatoes. It will just really complement it and bring out those flavors beautifully. Okay, perfect. Now with salt, we always gotta do some pepper. Now, if there's any of these seasonings that you don't like, you can totally skip them. I'm doing this to my liking, and you can do it to your liking. Now I'm gonna add some red pepper crushed. And we gotta make sure to really get a good amount of this out, because this is gonna shine beautifully with all of those acidic flavors. Okay, we're almost done here. Now I'm gonna add 4 cups of my vegetable broth. Right into our crock pot. And that's gonna help those seasonings travel down to our tomatoes, to our onions, to our garlic. And it's gonna bring the perfect amount of moisture that we're gonna need for this dish. Oh my. Okay, so 4 cups is this entire container. Beautiful. Okay, this is ready to start cooking. We're gonna put our lid on top and put this on high. All right, our crock pot is almost ready. So I'm gonna grab these French sandwich rolls. They were on clearance, which is perfect for what we're making. I think I'm gonna start off with 2 of these, and we are gonna cut these into small pieces, just like so. Oh my goodness, you can use whatever bread you want for this, and if they're a day old, it's even better. But this is gonna go so beautifully with what we're cooking in that crock pot, and I cannot wait to share how easy this is gonna be. So we're gonna cut them just like so, and then probably one more time for even smaller pieces. All right, so we just cut it horizontal. Now I'm gonna bring in my sheet pan, and we are gonna spread these out with some distance apart. Okay, I think I'm gonna add 1 more loaf. What do you think?
Yes.
All right, so I ended up using all 4 of those sandwich rolls. Now I'm coming in with my olive oil, and we are going to just drizzle this right over our bread pieces. Make sure a little bit gets on each bread piece, just like so. Oh my gosh, I see a few that are missing. It's okay to add a little too much, but you don't want too little. Now the only seasoning I'm gonna add to this is some garlic salt, but you could add pepper, Italian seasoning, whatever you like. I'm just keeping it simple so that it doesn't take away from our main dish. Beautiful. Okay, my oven is set to 450, and these are gonna be in there for about 7 to 10 minutes. Oh my goodness, all right. These are our homemade croutons. Look how perfectly crisp they are. We're gonna go ahead and put these to the side and grab our crock pot. All right, it's been 4 hours on high. Let's go ahead and turn this off, and let's check it out. Woo! Look how steamy and delicious this looks. But you know what this is? This is tomato soup. So we gotta go ahead and get all the tomatoes and the bell peppers. Let's go ahead and go in. Go right on those bell peppers until it is all liquefied. Right in your crock pot. I love this thing. It is KitchenAid, and it is super easy with not spilling things. Look how great this is coming out. Woo! I really love doing this with the hand blender because it just makes it super easy. You could probably even try using a hand mixer, but if you don't have a crock pot, you can make it in a pot. And if you don't have a hand blender, you can put it all in your regular blender, and it will be all blended up until it is soup. Oh my goodness, it smells incredible. It's almost fully blended. We don't want any chunks of tomato. We only want a nice, delicious soup. All right, this is ready. We used our hand blender for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right, it's a little foamy from all the blending, but there is tomato soup in there. So let's go ahead and fill up our bowl. The perfect fall time crock pot soup. Oh, do you see it right there? Look how delicious and flavorful it looks.
Oh, it looks great.
Yummy. And then, of course, this is optional, but I am the kind of girl that likes some half and half in her tomato soup. So I'm just gonna add a little splash. And then we gotta add our homemade croutons. Oh yeah, look at them just float right on top of our delicious tomato soup. Oh my goodness. Now if you just let this sit on warm, the foam will go in and it will look like the most beautiful soup. Don't you stress. Time to give it a try. Oh yeah. That's incredible, you guys. You gotta try it. Some pecan halves. 1 stick, 2 sticks of butter. Now I have some brown sugar here. We're gonna do 1 cup of brown sugar right in there. Now we are going to mix this up until the butter melts and that sugar caramelizes. This is gonna be super easy and delicious, you guys. Okay, let's turn up this heat to medium high and get this going. All right, now that it's boiling, let's give it a nice stir. Oh, it's getting nice and thick, just like what we wanted. Okay, I think it needs 1 more minute and then this is gonna be ready. Okay, this is nice and caramelized. Look at those pecans, they look absolutely delicious. And we are putting this right into our loaf pan. Oh my gosh, we have all that extra butter in there. This is gonna be delicious. I think we're only gonna use about half of what we made. And then we're gonna spread that out on the bottom of our sheet pan, just like so. Oh, it looks delicious.
Oh, it looks so good. It smells delicious.
I'm gonna get a little bit more, I think. Right, babe?
Yeah, nah, just fill it up. I mean, I don't know what you're making, but but it looks good.
Okay. Right on the bottom of our loaf pan. That looks amazing. Okay. And I did grease this loaf pan. Now I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna grab a bowl and a whisk. And I have here a super moist butter recipe yellow cake, because the theme today is butter. Everything's better with butter. We're gonna use that whole box. Now for some extra flavor, I have cinnamon applesauce.
Wait, what?
Yep, and the best part about applesauce is that you do not need eggs, oil, or water when you add applesauce to your cake mix. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna whisk together the cake mix and the applesauce, and then we're gonna have a perfect cake batter. It's that easy. 2 ingredients, and then we have that beautiful pecan mixture. This is gonna be delicious together. Yummy, it smells like fall in here. This is such a great dessert for Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna be making it all fall because it is just too good.
And winter.
Yeah, okay. That looks just about right. There's no, powdered left in our mixture. This is gonna be so good, guys. Okay, move this to the side. We're gonna go ahead and grab our little loaf pan. And with this recipe, you can get 2 loaves out of there. That's why we didn't use our whole pecan mixture.
Oh, wow.
Remember, we greased this loaf pan. Okay, so we're gonna use half of our applesauce batter, save the rest for a second loaf. Kind of just shimmy that so it flattens out a little bit. That looks beautiful. Okay, you guys, my oven is set to 350 and this is gonna cook for 35 minutes. All right, you guys, this looks incredible. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and flip this baby out of the pan.
Did it come off?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That looks so delicious.
It really does.
Oh, okay, let's go ahead and cut a slice. I cannot wait any longer. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so good. Oh yeah, look at that.
Perfectly cooked.
Yeah. Yummy. Our delicious apple pecan cake, upside down cake, is ready to be enjoyed. I'm just gonna go like that, make it easy on myself.
That's good.
That is too good, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat the whole cake. Now that we have our roast in our crock pot, I'm gonna bring 2 packets of my brown gravy, and we are gonna put that right on top of our roast. Lots of flavor. I love the brown gravy. It is so good, and it goes perfectly with your crock pot roast. All right, get all that flavor in there. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna bring in a whole package of my sliced portobello mushrooms, and we are going to just dump them right on top of our roast. Ooh, yeah, that looks amazing. Make sure they're all covering the roast. I have here about 1.5 cups of water that we're gonna pour in there. This is gonna help the gravy become gravy, and it's gonna create that moisture we need to make this a full dinner. Now this next part might seem a little strange, but I'm gonna bring in my parchment paper, and we are gonna make our parchment the size of our crock pot. Just like so. Place that right in there, covering up the mushrooms and the roast. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna come in with my russet potatoes, and we are gonna place those right around our parchment paper. This is a meal for 4 people, so we are getting them right in there. To help these potatoes cook, I'm gonna bring in a fork, and we are just gonna stab our potato here and there just to make sure that they cook fully in our crock pot. This is the best way to do an all-in-one dinner in the crock pot. You get your roast, you get your potatoes, and we're gonna add one more thing, and then this is ready. But who doesn't love a good roast and potatoes? I mean, this is already a complete meal in itself. Perfect. Okay, now for our veggies, we're gonna bring in some sweet corn, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna break our corn because we want little pieces. Now I said it's for a family of 4, so we gotta get one more.
You got this, muscle woman. There you go.
Don't try that at home, okay, you guys? All right, so we have our full dinner in the crock pot: the roast, the gravy, the mushrooms, the potatoes, the corn, and that parchment paper is just gonna help to make sure that the flavors of the roast stay with the roast, but that moisture is just gonna come up and cook everything else. All right, we're gonna put our lid on, and we're gonna pop this on high. Let's let it cook, baby. All right, you guys, it's been 4 hours on high. Let's go ahead and turn this off, and let's check it out. Ooh! Oh my goodness. Okay, that parchment paper is holding on for its dear life. But let's go ahead and grab our corn and our potatoes. All right, last one, right on top. All right, our side dishes are ready. Just use the same tongs.
Oh my goodness.
Take that parchment paper off. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's gonna shred, you guys. All right, let's cut some. Oh my gosh, it cuts so easy, you guys. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Okay, let's go ahead and put it on my plate that I've already gotten ready. All right, let's give this a try. Oh my gosh, the meat is so tender. Oh my goodness.
Falls apart. Wow.
Okay. There you go. Perfect bite. Oh my gosh, that's so flavorful and so tender. And look at that potato, it's just fully cooked. Oh, this is the best dinner hack around.
All right, I've got my bell peppers added to my crumbled cornbread here, along with some diced onion. Now I've got 2 cans of whole kernel corn, and I'm just gonna stick that right in the front here. Perfect. And 2 cans of Rotel, which I did drain the juice from very well. We don't really need any extra moisture in this, y'all. This is gonna be a delicious Southern inspired dish. Now you can't have a Southern delicacy without some seafood. So I've got my cooked shrimp here, and I am just gonna come in and cut these into smaller pieces. We just wanna get these kind of up as small as we can, and you're gonna see why just a little later on. Now these are peeled and deveined and pre-cooked. Like I said, I wouldn't want to put raw shrimp into this dish, but I totally understand why you might be curious why they're already cooked, and you're gonna see why in just a second here. All right, perfect. Now I'm just gonna come in with my Zatarain's andouille sausage and do the same thing. Perfect. All right. We've got all of our beautiful bell peppers, Rotel corn, sausage, and shrimp, onions, our cornbread underneath. Time to come in with my Tony's Carol seasoning. And Marty was saying last time we used this, it gets quite salty, so we're not gonna do too much. He was giving me the signal, stop, stop. Now I've got 4 eggs here and my little egg beater. And we are going to beat those eggies. Beat those eggies. Marty, someone said in the comments of one of my videos that I cannot sing.
Oh my gosh, they're crazy.
They're crazy. All right, here we go. Drizzling those eggies right on top. All right, we've got to get this all incorporated and mixed well. Look at those beautiful bell pepper colors. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is gorgeous. It smells amazing. Woo! I probably would have put 6 eggs in here if I had them, but I only had 4 eggs left after I made my cornbread. Y'all, but this is gonna be so tasty. Oh my gosh. We're using all the Southern ingredients. We got our cornbread. We've got our andouille sausage. We've got our shrimp. Marty always says it like that. Shrimp. Are you gonna say it?
No.
Oh. Shrimp. With the little whistle at the end. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I've tried a lot. Our bell peppers, corn, everything. Oh, okay, guys. Actually, I think this is gonna be perfect, Marty. Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab a bit. I'm gonna form it to a ball. Just like that. I'm gonna come over here to my muffin tin, and I've got my muffin holes lined with my liners. And we're just gonna go ahead and form all of this into balls. Alrighty, y'all, our Cajun balls are formed. I am just gonna pop these into my oven at 350 for about 20 minutes. Alrighty, y'all, our Creole Cajun cornbread muffins are ready. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to dig into these, y'all. We've got our andouille sausage, our shrimp, our Cajun seasoning, our cornbread. That just looks so good.
Now you can make a ramu latte to go with this if you want, or just some butter to drip it in, but I'm just gonna do it just like this. With those fresh vegetables and the corn, y'all, this is delicious. I'm gonna change my name to Elaine's Cajun Kitchen. You gotta try it.
We've got 4 chicken breasts. Today we're going to make a slow cooker cheesy chicken and rice. I put a little salt and pepper on these. Put them in the bottom of your greased crock pot. Then we are going to add in 1 cup of whole milk. 2 cans of cream of chicken. Dump them off in here. This is just where you could dump it all the morning and have your dinner by the time you get home. And you know everything requires a cream of chicken. Got all that. Now we are going to put in a cup of bacon that we've cooked and mashed up. Crumbled up, not mashed up, crumbled up. 1 cup of white rice. It's not cooked. 1 package of ranch seasoning.
You gonna do the whole pack?
I'm not, because we're not, it seems a little strong if I use the whole pack. I'm gonna use about half of the pack. Yep, about half of the pack. Then we're going to put a cup of whipping cream, heavy cream. Cup of your heavy whipping cream. And 2 cups of cheddar cheese. Got it all in there. You're just gonna kind of blend it together in the comments.
Also, we'll show it right here.
And we'll see how it will be here in 3 hours. They're all blended up. Okay, here we
Look
go.
at that.
Let's get out our chicken so we can shred it up. It feels pretty tender. I have a hard time.
Gotta get some of that rice in there too.
But we're gonna shred it and then put the chicken back in here.
Here's our chicken.
Okay, cut it up the best I could. And then we'll stir it up, and then we're gonna try some of it. Sorry for the clinging.
Oh yeah, it's ready for a scoop now, girl. That's looking nice.
That'd be a good meal, good night. Okay, got some rice, chicken, some bacon, some cheese.
All right, Kim.
Okay.
We need your
Let me
honest
set
opinion,
my-
1 to 10.
Close the refrigerator.
Don't tell me what to do.
It smells good. People say, why does she smell it? I just do.
That good?
Really good. Well, that bacon really pops in there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's good.
What do you give it?
I would probably give this a 9.
There we go, folks.
What's wrong?